Greetings. It is good to be with you today once again, this day of prayer. Today, I want to share with you a passage from the Gospel according to John. This is a favorite passage for so many people, including myself, because it tells us in a very direct way not only who we are, but how dependent we are on the living God. So we pray these words from the Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You have faith in God, have faith also in me. In my Father's house there are many dwelling places. If there were not, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you also may be. Where I am going, you know the way." Thomas said to him, "Master, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." A favorite passage for so many people, a favorite passage for so many people because it tells them not only who they are, but what God is and will always be for each and every one of them. Jesus is the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. We live in a world today which tells us this is the way and the truth and the life. We live in a society which tells us this is the way and the truth and the life. But what we come to recognize rather quickly is that all of that dead ends. It will only take us so far in not only who we are right now, but what we are becoming. Jesus, as the way and the truth and the life, affords us so many possibilities, limitless possibilities as to what we can become as God's sons and daughters, but too as God's faith-filled community. This global health crisis has, in a very stark kind of a way, really has shared with us how restricted we are, what we can do, what we cannot do, how dependent we are on now God and on one another. It has really cut us down to size. But the Easter promise is that Jesus, as the risen Christ, the way and the truth and the life, tells us that we have before us any number of different possibilities as to how we can maybe change our lives and maybe change our communities of faith. In effect, how we can change society and how we can change the world. Maybe our world needs to pay attention a little bit more to Jesus as the way and the truth and the life. Maybe our society needs to pay a little bit more attention to Jesus as the way and the truth and the life. How will Jesus, as the way and the truth and the life, begin to affect some change in our own lives as sons and daughters of God? And two, how will Jesus, as the way and the truth and the life, begin to affect some change in our identity and our mission as a faith community, St. Patrick's, St. Joseph's? We are, I hope now, a little bit wiser. We are, I believe, a little bit more too, hopeful, and faith-filled, because all of a sudden God is front and center. Jesus is the way and the truth and the life. This risen Christ opens us up in such a way that now we begin to come to know, and we begin to all the more discern the many options and, again, the possibilities which lie before us, in which our world, our society can become a little bit different, transformed into a different kind of a way. We have, for so many years, have attempted to do all of this without God. And now this coronavirus has shared with us the fact that we are nothing without God, and we are nothing without each other. Let us come to know Jesus as the way and the truth and the life. Our identity is first and foremost Christian. And then, yes, we are comprised of so many other identities. But now, like I said earlier, Jesus makes us aware of that. And now Jesus is front and center in each of our lives. Will we afford him that luxury of having him to direct and guide us? And maybe it is no longer a luxury. Maybe now it is a necessity. I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. May Jesus as the way and the truth and the life be all the more that which offers us limitless possibilities about who we are and what we are going to be, what we are first and foremost becoming in his light and in his truth. Thank you, and may you enjoy your day today.